Hi, this is Sean from Fisherman's Processing. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I get questioned most about: smoking your fish on your home smoker. Okay, so our fish is frozen, so we're going to start with the process of defrosting our fish. If you want to learn this process, go to our YouTube channel at Fisherman's Processing, look for the defrost video, have a look, and if your fish is fresh, you can skip all this and go straight to the brining section of the video. This is going in the refrigerator. We'll check it in the morning. If the paper towels are saturated, we'll swap them out for fresh paper towels. We'll leave it in the refrigerator until it's fully thawed out. About 24 hours, so it's time to check to see if our fish is fully thawed out. So our fish is all defrosted and ready to brine. So the next step is to make the brine. But what we've done here is we've separated the yellowfin tuna from the yellowtail. The reason we did that is the yellowtail is a thinner fillet than the tuna. So what I want to do is I want to brine the tuna for about an hour longer than the yellowtail. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to actually put the yellowfin tuna in the brine first, wait an hour, and then add the yellowtail. And then that way they both get brined about equally. We put our defrosted fish back in the refrigerator while we complete the next step. The next step is actually making the brine. We're going to start with our FP Gourmet bag of brine. It's the actual brine that we use at Fisherman's Processing to make our smoked fish. We love it. It's easy to work with. It's amazing. We got a stirring spoon ready to go. I got my brining bag ready to go. Got a measuring cup for our water. And I got 4 cups of ice ready to go per the instructions. I'm going to mix it all in this bowl right here. So let's get started. In case you didn't know, Fisherman's Processing is stocked with everything you'll need to smoke your fish at home on your personal smoker. We've got our bag of brine. We've got our amazing tube. We've got instant read thermometer. We even have the pellets for the amazing tube pre-measured in hickory and applewood, our 2 favorites. We also have an assortment of rubs and spices, so come on in and get everything you need for home smoking. Okay, we're going to start with the bag that we're going to mix the brine in. I'm going to put it inside of this bowl that's in the sink. Get it open so it's easy to work with. Let's open up our bag of brine. Very easy to get into that. I'm going to take the entire contents of the bag and put it in the mixing bag. Now we're going to add 1 gallon of water. We're going to do this 4 cups at a time. 4 cups times 4 is 16 cups, which equals a gallon. There's 1. One more. Okay, that's a gallon of water and 1 bag of brine. And we want to mix that with your spoon until all the ingredients are fully dissolved. Oh, I can smell the cloves in this. It smells great. Bay leaves. Just takes a few minutes to stir it in. Take your time. Just about there. Alright, I think we got it. All right, and then the last step before you add your fish, you add 4 cups of ice. That's going to keep the water cold. You want to keep the water below 40 degrees throughout this entire process. And there's our ice. We're ready to get our fish back out of the refrigerator and add it to our brine. Now that our brine's made, we're going to start adding the fish to the brine. We're going to start with the yellowfin tuna because it's thicker. We're going to add it in the brine and leave it there for an hour. After an hour, we'll add the yellowtail to it. And in 4 hours, we'll take it all out and it will be equally brined. We're going to do this in our sink inside of the brine bag. So I'm going to add the fish. And what we want to do is close up the bag. We're just going to use like a potato chip clip. Anything will work, whatever you can do to get the bag closed up. I like to twist it and just kind of bring it together. Just put a clip on there. That should do it. The way we're going to keep this cold, we've got plenty of ice here. We're going to just pour it all the way out. We're not going to add any more ice to our brine water because it'll start to dilute the brine. You want to only refrigerate or keep cool around all the way around it. There you have it. We're going to let that soak for an hour and then we'll add the yellowtail to it. So we'll be back. An hour has passed, so it's time to add in our yellowtail to the brine. We'll get this guy open. Ooh, smells good. All right, let's get this yellowtail in there. You can see the little smaller pieces. That's why we waited the hour. Then when we wait 3 more hours, and all of it will be done. The tuna and the yellowtail will both be done in 3 hours. We want to make sure we get enough fish in here where it's all submerged. We want to make sure all the fish is submerged. We don't want a big pile of fish sticking out at the top. We can also use this brine a second time, but you got to do it right away. So if you finish this load, and you wanted to start another load, it's perfectly doable. Just add an hour to your soak time. So if it was 4 hours, make it 5 hours for the second load, and keep it 40 degrees throughout the entire process, even in between loads. So again, let's get this air out of the bag. Get this wrapped up real tight. And just to make sure, we better add some more ice to this, keep it nice and cold. So it's topped off. Again, don't add ice to your water, only add ice around the outside of it. Keep it under 40 degrees. Everything should be good. Give this 3 hours, and we'll be ready to take the next step, which is get it back in the refrigerator and get it ready for smoking. It's been 4 hours, so it's time to take the fish out of the brine. All the fish is out of the brine. Now is the time to think about whether you want to rinse off your fillets or not. If you're salt sensitive, rinse them off. If you're not, don't worry about it. Just leave them as they are. But we're going to go ahead and season some of ours. We like garlic pepper on the tuna, so I'm going to take a little bit of this garlic pepper that we put in a bowl so I don't contaminate everything that's in the bag. Just get out what I think I need in a bowl and work from that. This is a nice piece. We just sprinkle a little on top. A little bit goes a long way. A little on this piece here. Even though it's yellowtail, it's still going to be good. A little on that. You don't have to do them all. Just do a few of them. Kind of spread it out evenly so you get good flavor all over the piece. It's good for that. I'm going to try to do a little on my yellowtail. On the yellowtail, I'm going to go with some all-purpose here. We like that. It's good on almost everything. A little bit. Okay, I'm not going to do them all. Just going to do a few. I'm working from a bowl to not contaminate my whole bag of all-purpose. Let's see. It's about half of them. That's good. All right. Now we're ready to put it all in the refrigerator for the final step before we start to smoke it up. Now our fish is all seasoned up and ready to go in the refrigerator. We're going to leave it in there overnight to develop the pellicle. The pellicle is just simply the surface of the fish becomes sticky and tacky. That helps it hold on to the smoke better so you get that nice golden color that you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and put it back in the refrigerator and we'll check on it in the morning. Our fish is thawed, brined, and seasoned. So now it's time to check for the pellicle. And when we do that, what we're going to do is touch our fish. We don't want it to be wet. We don't want it to be dry. We just want it to have a sticky surface on all the pieces. We're looking good here. Everything's sticky. I think we're ready to go in the smoker. It's time to light our amazing smoker tube. If you don't have one, you can pick one up at our shop. We also have the pre-measured Traeger pellets that fit the tube, and you'll be all set. When lighting the tube, I like to use a propane or a MAP gas torch. You can use a lighter, but it's sure going to take a long time. So let's light her up. I brought the fish outside. The smoking tube looks ready to go, so I'll blow out the flame and we'll add the fish. It's been 3 hours of smoking the fish with just the amazing smoke tubes. Now it's time to open up the Traeger, take a look. What we're going to look for is the fillets have a nice golden color to them. If they do, it's ready to add some heat to those fillets and cook them up. My Ironwood 885 notified me on my phone app that it's up to temperature and ready to cook. So I plugged in my temperature probe, set the probe alarm for 145. Now all I got to do is put the probe in a small piece of fish and wait for it to cook. There it is. My Traeger probe is telling me that the piece that we have the probe in is at 145 degrees. But you always want to double check it with your instant read thermometer to check that in fact it is at 145. So let's see how it does. All of our fish has reached its target temperature of 145. The smaller pieces came off a little sooner than the bigger pieces. That's why it was real important to have an instant read thermometer on hand ready to check each piece as you go along the way. So I think now, go ahead and take the last few pieces off and head inside. The finished product looks amazing. Now let's talk about storing it. The first thing you want to do, let it cool down. Once it's cooled down to room temperature, go ahead and put it in Ziploc bags. Put it in the refrigerator, should last for a couple weeks. If you need longer storage, protect it against freezer burn, and go ahead and put it in your freezer. You'll get at least 6 months out of it. Enjoy your smoked fish, and thank you so much for watching.